Every challenge I ever faced, it should have knocked me down, but I always kept pushing. I had to ask myself, how do I turn my dreams into reality?
Y'all call him Geno, we knew him as Britain.
Hey, hey, little mama.
As a kid, he was very loving. You know, he always wanted to have fun. He always wanted to like play. First he wanted to do was play, throw his hands up, always wanted a fake box or whatever. But he was a very loving kid.
Gene, man, he's a very humble guy. Loving, caring. Gene is a great dude, man.
He's goofy, he's caring, he's hardworking, you know. There's so many different words that you could describe, but they're all positive ones.
Here, Juju. Here, Drew. Get out of there, Drew.
He will keep you laughing, and I think that's what makes him the person that he is, because, you know, through all the seriousness of, you know, playing, and he can do that, but at the same time, you know, he can make you laugh.
Hold on. Let me chill out, man.
You know, we played plenty of sports, you know, in the backyard where there really wasn't no rules, you know what I mean? You get hit in the mouth, ain't no referee saying throwing a penalty flag, but I think that taught him how to be tough. I think that taught him how to be prepared for anything on the field. So that gave him that competitive edge, just being around me and being around the older crowd. He always just had that, okay, I gotta show them, I'm not just little bro.
As a kid, we moved around a lot. I had some good parts of my environment, and then I had some other times that it was tough. Everybody knows my dad for what he's done and the things that he accomplished on the basketball court. He went to Pittsburgh University first, and then after his freshman year, he transferred to South Alabama, and then he became an All-American there, and then got drafted in the 1989 draft of the NBA. He was really known for, you know, dunking, making a lot of spectacular plays, and getting the crowd hype at all times. He started dealing with, you know, a lot of alcohol, a lot of drugs. It was a lot going on during that time. It was easy to, you know, get caught up with a lot of stuff off the court. You know, my dad, unfortunately, was one of those people that it took him under.
Yeah, when he was younger, Geno had a pretty tough life. You know what I mean? For his earlier years, I was addicted to drugs and stuff. So, you know, and he's seen a lot, you know, and he's been through a lot.
There's been times where, you know, my dad, you know, when, you know, he was going through his addiction, you know, he had me in the streets of Philadelphia, you know, in shootouts. I've been in crack houses with him.
There was one time I just never forget. I had him in we was in Germantown section of Philadelphia, and it was a shootout just about ready to start, and I had him in the middle of it.
He had me on top of his neck at first, and basically he told me that he seen, you know, some guys on one side of the street, there was some guys on the other side of the street. You know, next thing you know, he heard shots going out, and, you know, he had to take me from off his neck, and I had to hide behind a car with him.
From that day, you know what I mean, it just, that scene never left my thought.
My dad just was kind of lost at the time, you know what I mean? He was kind of getting himself together, getting his life together, but my mom, she was just holding it down, you know, to the end. She always did everything that she needed to do. Anytime I needed to go to her and talk, she was there for me to talk to her.
His toughness, I believe, he gets from his mom, because whenever she was down, you would never know. She would get right back up.
August 28th, 2006, my cousin was stabbed to death in Meadow Glen Apartments. It was a tough day for me. I literally remember it like it was yesterday. You know, my mom realized that, you know, she didn't know what was gonna happen if I stayed with her. You know, just to keep growing up and keep going through these things and seeing those type of things. So she had to make a decision, you know, for myself and what was best for her children. I had visited my dad. At this point in time, he had kind of got himself together. He got remarried. He was becoming a pastor in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And I went with him for a summertime. He had a conversation with my mom and basically was just saying that it's a lot going on down there right now, and he just feels like, if I move with him, he'll be able to, put me in better positions to be successful in life and teach me how to be a man.
I talked to her and told her that, kind of like he needed to be in, he needed kind of a male support. He needed his father, and now don't get me wrong, years before that, I was kind of a mess. And I wasn't ready to be a father.
It was tough because that's my mother, man. She's done everything for me my whole life.
What I always wanted in me, I instilled in him. What I was lacking and missing, I put in him. That's why I know he's, I know he's going to be successful. I know he's going to make right choices. I noticed it the way he was compared to all the other kids at that age. It was like a 12th grader playing with 7th graders.
For me, being a first-time head coach and having an athlete, as special as Eugene, to have somebody not just as talented as he was, but somebody who had an unbelievable work ethic, somebody who had unbelievable character. Somebody who was a leader.
When I see him on the football field and I see dudes getting choppy with him, they don't know that's making him better. You know what I mean? They have no idea. Like he lives for that competitive edge.
I was all-state in football and basketball. My sophomore year, I ended up getting about like 15, 20 offers, and then my junior year, that went to like 30 or 40 offers. I took my first visit to Penn State in 8th grade, and I ended up committing to Penn State my junior year of high school. Bill O'Brien became the head coach for 2 years. He left, went to the Texans. James Franklin became the coach after that, and I stayed with him for another 2 years. And then my senior year of college, I ended up grad transferring to Oklahoma University. Had my last season there, won the Big 12 championship. It was my first championship I won in college. Then I ended up going to the Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks rookie mini camps for both their weekends. And then I came to Montreal with 3 days left of their training camp. My agent basically told me it's an opportunity to go to Montreal. It's 3 days left of camp. I didn't really know how that was going to work because it's, the odds are against you when there's only 3 days left of camp and they've been practicing for a month. I would have to learn the offense. Nobody really knows me like that. I had to learn the waggle, how to do stuff on the line and off the line. Game was a little different. It was a little faster, so I had to kind of adjust to it. In my mind, I'm thinking I might be just another body. I might be just a guy they need to give less reps to the older guys and things like that.
We were never sidelined players. We were always center stage. We were, running the show. So it was difficult for him, to not be, that player that everybody wanted, and obviously he understood to get where he wanted to be, that was going to happen. Everywhere you go, there's going to be players that are better in some type of way, but as long as you believe in yourself and you give yourself the best opportunity to succeed, nobody can stop you. And he went into Montreal with that mindset.
So I'm talking to my dad on the phone, and I told him there's a chance that I could make the practice squad.
I'm like, what? That's great. I mean, you want to keep your dream alive, right? You want to keep it alive? Just don't give up now. You never gave up before. Fight through it.
Ended up making a team because I made a play that was on the TSN top 10 for about 2 weeks.
Catch. Oh, what a terrific battle. Eugene Lewis, the first-year man from Oklahoma, goes back and gets a slightly underthrown pass.
He came 3 days before this game, and so he didn't know any plays or anything. They kind of just gave him a little package, like, here, learn these plays. He made me look good, you know what I'm saying? And he caught it with one hand and got us down there, and I think we ended up scoring and everything. Now he's just doing that on the regular.
Spinning, holding off the defender. And a touchdown, Eugene Lewis.
So everybody, they know that 2019 was my breakout year, but everybody doesn't know what was going on behind the scenes in 2019. The first 4 weeks were difficult because I wasn't getting the targets, in the games that I felt like I should have got. And it came to a point where they didn't feel like I was producing. I start hearing that, I might be down, I might not be playing this game. They want to kind of go in another direction. They were saying like it wasn't really my fault. I ended up having to play in the game because there was a player that was hurt. Another opportunity came for me. We get in the huddle. Vernon Adams is at quarterback. We had a play where, I basically run a go route.
Just at this moment of the game, we were in the huddle. I was calling the play, and I'm like, gee, I'm not reading nothing. I'm throwing it up to you. Go get it.
And I said, I got you. And mind you, he said this in front of everybody in the huddle, all the other receivers, everybody know what's going on.
I was like, let me give this guy a shot.
We break the huddle. I go down to the line. I go out to the outside. I'm looking at the coverage at first. So I'm like, oh, this is the opportunity for me to really make this play happen. And once I seen that, I knew Vernon seen it. As I'm going down, I'm getting close to the DB, and I stick him real hard. Get outside of him, I'm running. As he's running, he doesn't really see the ball where it's at.
I threw it out there, man, and
I go up, straight up, as high as I can, and I moss him, go crazy.
Far side of the field, how about that, Eugene Lewis?
I'm just looking at everybody, everybody's looking at me, and it was unbelievable, man. That was really the play that saved my career and basically saved me from being cut at the end of the day.
To see how he started with no playing time, it just goes to show you that he's competitive. He's never going to give up. He's never going to stop fighting.
He's been in so many elements where he had no choice but to adapt to. No matter what odds was against him, he was going to persevere, period.
He had things going on in his personal life, but at the same time, he always made sure he always took care of the things that he needed to do to be successful.
You got to keep going. I mean, you're going to have some bumps, you're going to get some bruises, but at the end of the day, you got to keep it moving. Okay, we don't do all that crying and shake it off, get up, and let's get it going. That's how it goes, and that's how he works.
Because you know I'm ready now. Oh, wait,
wait till I make all this. I bet you're not going to want to play.
All right, yeah. It's going to be man, then me.
That's one right there.
I definitely got to get it. I got to get it.
Y'all know I'll make that one.
All right,
it's over. Y'all know I'll make that one.
I got this.
I might got first.
You coming? That's two. Come on, I got
the last one for you. Game winner. Game winner.
That's a beautiful pass. Hold up.
That's a beautiful.
I refuse to let you win.
Yeah, I know.
That's -1. You remember what you used to say to us? Airballs
Airballs is -1.
Airballs is -1.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Come on, baby.
I made 3 in a row.
Come on.
You got none because you was at -1.
Let's go. 3 in a row. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Right here. What? 1 or 2, baby. Yeah. What? All right. What? Got 3 shots.
Shooters are the best passers in the game. Everybody knows that.
I know. Yeah, he's nervous already. He already mad. I made the first one. He mad, and I don't miss this one. I don't miss the middle. Oh, I did it, man. Sorry. Hey, look. This is how I did last time. That's how I did last time. Same thing. That's 2. So you gotta make all 3. Game over.
That's 1.
All right, come on.
That's 1.
Come on in.
You better make this one. That's 2.
Oh. He had a good try though, y'all. Hey, he had a good try though, y'all.
We tied, right?
He tied. It's all right though. Listen, man. If you already ready, you ain't gotta get ready. That's how I'm coming, man. I love y'all, man. Good try though.
Good game, baby.
So I got it now. I got the turn. That's 3. I don't even shoot 3. No.
You got it.